What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be teaching you how to use your Blink Hunter in Trials of Osiris on Endless Vale. Now Endless Vale is a pretty good map. If you didn't see yesterday, I did a video using Blink Warlock on Endless Vale. I had a strategy there, and today we're going to be implementing a very similar strategy, but changing it up and making it work for Blink Hunter instead. Now this is also a build that I had one of my viewers tell me about, a commenter, a little while ago. Sorry I didn't screenshot the comment, so I apologize. If you remember telling me about this in a comment, then leave me a new comment telling me, hey, that was me, and I'll go, thank you, and I'll give you a little smooch or something, I don't know. But I do not know if they made this combo up. I'm assuming, I looked it up and there is different YouTube videos about it. I don't know who originally had this combo or whatnot, but either way, just know I didn't come up with this. I just had someone tell me about it, but it sounded really fun, so we're going to be using today. And the crux of it is going to come from right here with our Shinobu's Vow. Now, Shinobu's Vow is an exotic gauntlet coming on the Hunter subclass here, and what is this going to be? It has new tricks, improved Skip Grenade, and you gain an additional Skip Grenade charge. Skip Grenade returns energy when it damages enemies. Pretty good stuff. We have 2 Skip Grenades to just chuck in there. I'm also using Surplus on my Darkest Before, and you should know that when you have those extra ability stacks, it's going to help you keep your full stacks of Surplus. You can't overstack on Surplus, but if I throw 1 grenade, I'll still have, 3 stacks going towards my Surplus. I don't lose that full Surplus, so that's pretty cool to know as well. So this is a pretty good passive, but we need some other stuff to really help us keep getting nades, because while we do have 2, and the extra regeneration we get from the Skip Grenades doing damage is nice, we have some extra stuff in the kit that's going to help us get them back even faster. Now, first of all, we have a pretty good discipline stat here. I was doing my best to get a good enough stat spread here where I could actually get to a good discipline. I wanted to get to at least 70, but hey, I was like, if I can get it at 69, that's pretty nice, if you know what I mean. So we're going to leave it there for now, unfortunately. I'd like to try this build again in the future where I can actually go to 100, because I think it could really get busted at that point, but even not having maxed out discipline, this is still really cracked. Now, there's something else that is a big crux of this build that I want to go over next. So here we have a mod called Lightning Strikes Twice. Now, this is a seasonal mod, so it's on your seasonal artifact, and it is a class item mod here. It's going to cost 7 energy, so make sure you actually have enough energy slots, to put this onto your armor, because it does cost quite a bit. What this says is after throwing an arc grenade, gain increased grenade recharge for a short time. Arc Funnel blows extend the duration of this benefit. Now, from what I've seen after looking this up, you throw an arc grenade, and you're going to gain 150% base regeneration on your grenade recharge, and that's going to last for 5 seconds. Of course, you can start getting kills with your arc weapon, which is our Darkest Before, which we'll get into a little bit more later. Then you are going to be able to extend that duration. So you really need to keep yourself alive after you throw that first nade, so you can actually get advantage of this. But when you can do it, it's going to start recharging really, really fast, and this is something that helps us get our nades back incredibly quickly. You can go ahead and check out the other mods here if you would like to, just some other stuff to help us out, some extra stat type stuff, some good stuff all around. But why don't we go ahead and talk about these weapons, because they are a big part of our build as well. Now, mainly here we have the Darkest Before. I was telling you this is a really big part of this build, and that's for a big reason. That's because we have things like Surplus right here, increased handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability. Now that stacks up to 3 times. Usually you can only have 3 maxed charged abilities, You have your grenade, you have your class ability, and then you have your melee ability. However, when you get 2 stacks of your nade, you can throw one out like I was saying earlier and still have the max amount of Surplus stacks. So that's very good to know as well. Of course, we are having Elemental Capacitor here. That's going to give us extra handling on arc. I usually like this more when I am on Void, because it gives me stability, which is very, very nice to have, especially in this current meta where flinch hits so hard, but the extra handling is not a bad thing to have as well. After that, I just have a corkscrew rifling here and ricochet rounds. Finish that off with a ranged masterwork and a full auto retrofit. This thing is pretty saucy, but the biggest part of it is the fact that it is an arc weapon, so it's going to extend the duration of our Lightning Strikes Twice when we do get it procced. Since it's an arc weapon, it does some other things that are going to combo with our aspects, but we'll get into that very soon. Pairing with that, I have a God Roll Reeks Walker shotgun here. A God Roll, in my opinion, has 95 range on it, which is pretty crazy. That's because of a ranged masterwork, rifled barrel, accurized rounds, firmly planted, and iron reach, and then you have the Skulking Wolf here, which isn't very good, but it can come in handy sometimes. So a very good shotgun here. I love lightweight frame shotguns with your blink because it gives you plus 20 mobility and a 6.25% sprint speed bonus when you do have a lightweight frame weapon out equipped in your hands currently. So that's something you very much want to look for when you're using your blink, is lightweight frame weapons, whether it's a lightweight frame pulse, SMG, or in this case a shotgun. They are very, very useful to pair with your blink. And then down here, finished off with our weapons, we have a half-truth sword with eager edge on it. I don't know if I use this at all today, but I guess we'll see. So I think we have all that covered. Why don't we go ahead and hop into our Arc 3.0. So starting with our super here, we have Gathering Storm. Now I do think that Arc Staff is a better super, but these Gathering Storm, you know, these single pop supers like this or Nova Bomb, you actually have a much better chance of getting these during a match if you're slaying out and whatnot, because it's just hard to get supers during a match nowadays because matches go so quick, especially on Endless Vale where rounds are very, very fast. You usually don't even get supers, but this is your best shot of getting a super on your Arc Hunter subclass. For our abilities, I have on Gambler's Dodge, so when we dodge, it's going to recharge our melee ability, always nice to have. I have on Blink, of course. I have on Combination Blow, so when we can kill somebody with this melee, we get a little bit of a heal. It also refills your class ability energy, which is very nice, you know, refill that dodge a little bit. But the big part about this is actually the heal. The heal is pretty good, and you will notice when you get the kill with the Combination Blow, you heal a good chunk, and it can really save you in those 1v2, 1v3 melee shotgun battles. And then of course we have skip grenades on here. Obviously we have to use skip grenades if we want to make this combo work with our Shinobu's Vow. Coming over to our aspects here, we have Flow State. Now this is going to let us get amplified when we kill a target that is jolted. We have some different ways to make an enemy jolted, and we will get into that in a second, but this is just going to let us get amplified from those jolted kills. Very, very nice to have. And then we have Tempest Strike here. I've been using this a lot lately just because it's really fun, and also it is really good. I do still personally think that Lethal Current is the better melee aspect to go here, but I do think that Tempest Strike is very, very good, and you'll see in a few plays today how it very much pays off for me. Now this is going to give us 4 fragment slots in total. Very, very nice. So why don't we go check out what those fragments are. Starting off here, we have Spark of Discharge. Arc Weapon Final Blows have a chance to create an Ionic Trace. Now this is what I was telling you with our Arc Weapon. This is why we want an Arc Weapon, just another reason why we want one at least. It's going to work with our Lightning Strikes Twice mod. It also works with our Spark of Discharge, so we can get a kill with our Darkest Before, and we have a chance to get an Ionic Trace out of it, and just help us recharge our abilities even faster, which is very good when we're doing a very focused build on grenades. After that, we have Spark of Recharge. While critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy regenerates more quickly. I looked this up earlier, and I believe what it was is when you are critically wounded, you get a 400% regeneration increase to your melee and grenade energy until your shields start regenerating. So for a few seconds there, you're going to get a 400%, I believe, bonus to your base regeneration on those abilities. So your stuff is going to fly up as soon as you get hurt. And on Hunter, once you get critically wounded, you can pretty easily roll behind cover and actually take advantage of this fragment, and I think that's a pretty good thing to keep mind of. Over here we have Spark of Shock. Your arc grenades jolt targets. Hey, it's going to be so easy to actually hit people with our grenade today because these skip grenades do track on enemies, so we want to have this very much. So that's just another way to jolt our targets, take them out, and then because of our flow state we can go ahead and get amplified. And then last but not least we have Spark of Ion. So defeating a jolted target creates an Ionic Trace, just another way for us to get an Ionic Trace so we can get our abilities back even quicker. I think we have all the build covered, so just a few things before we get into the gameplay. If you want to join the clan, it is set to open. Blink Enthusiasts, we're at 98 members right now, so go ahead to your Destiny 2 mobile app or Bungie.net. Like I said, Blink Enthusiasts, set to open, so you can just go ahead, look it up, and join for free. Also, if you want to go check out my second channel, I'll have that linked in the top right and on the end screen of the video. I'd very much appreciate that. I'm posting other indie games and whatnot, just stuff to take a break from Destiny because, you know, I can love this game sometimes, but it's been very frustrating lately, so it's nice to play some other stuff. So if you want to go support me over there, I'd very much appreciate that. It's called Roger's Aquarium, and it's a fun time. And last but not least, we are on the road to 10k subs, so if you'd like to subscribe at any point in the video, I'd very much love to have you, but if you just want to watch and enjoy, that is completely fine with me too. All that being said, I think we are ready to go ahead and get into this gameplay, so why don't we go ahead and blink on into it. So starting off here, what we're going to do is blink forward twice, get to mid lane, and then throw a skip grenade straight down lane, and immediately start taking shots with our primary weapon. That's going to let your nade do a little bit of damage, give you some nade energy back, and then you can hopefully take them out with your primary shots, especially if your teammates will team shot with you. It's a very, very easy way to set up the beginning of a round. You can oftentimes get 1 to 3 kills. Obviously, if you get 3 kills, you just wipe the entire enemy team. But even if you can only get 1 or 2, it easily sets up a very, very easy round win for yourself. That's the usual combo you're going for. Sometimes, like right here in this round, I get to lane, but I didn't quite have my grenade yet. I got the first pick though, and then I threw the grenade. You can see I did die, but look how much damage I just did with my nade. I did some damage to this first guy, and I half hit that guy. My teammates easily went in, took his little glaive out, shoved the pointy in their cheeks, and took them both out. All you need to do is really help. Do damage. If you have reliable teammates, especially if you're running this build with a stack of your friends or whatnot, I think you'd be very, very successful. It can be successful with randoms too, but the Warlock build, if you want to do the Blink Warlock build that I showed you yesterday, that is a better build with a very exact strategy as this one that will work better, just because scatter nades have the ability to one-shot and these skip grenades do not. Although skip grenades should not be slept on, as I've used them more and more, I've realized they're pretty good, especially look right there. Look at that tracking. It's going to chase him out, and watch my grenade energy in the bottom left. You see where it says stat boost on the left side of the screen right there? Well, that's very good. That is what is coming from your Lightning Strikes Twice mod to give you all of that 150% boost to your base grenade regeneration back. You can see that round I smoked those guys. That's basically about target prioritization. You saw I did good damage to him. I looked around before I just chased him willy-nilly because I was out of special ammo. I went for the smart play, which is getting the res and picking up a piece of special ammo and taking him out. You need to actually look at the prioritization of what you need to focus on next. This round is a good example of you don't always have to use the big combo that you have. Sure, we want to throw our nades in there and go, crazy crazy with that little shotgun combo, but look at this. Sometimes you can just sit back with your teammates, take the ranged battles, team shot the enemy, and you can win very easily by doing that. It doesn't have to be balls to the wall, gas pedal down at all points, but if you do want to play that way, that is usually how I play, it is very efficient. Teammate gets a nice nade out there. We're looking at our radar and we see a lot of pings to our right. That means they're all down towards cave, so I throw the skip grenade in. Watch my skip grenade energy. Look how fast that's soaring up. That's because it was doing some damage, so that's getting the procs from the Shinobu's Vow, and then getting the lightning strikes twice, and it's going to go crazy. You're going to see later on I have some times when the fragment that is our spark of a recharge is going to proc a few times, and when we get to that clip later on, I'll make sure I point that out for you, because that is also a very, very good way to get your grenade energy back. Now here I am blinking after this guy. I just want to catch up to him, shoot him in the cheeks. Teammate takes him out pretty easily, just using our blink to really get around the enemies and flank around them very, very fast. One of the best part about our blinks is how good we can flank with it. Blink above this Titan, shoot him once in the cheeks. He's going to start running away. I blink around on the wall, use the wall to bounce myself off and take him out. Do an immediate dodge because I didn't know how close this guy was to my cheeks. That lets me reload my shotgun and turn around and take him out. Unfortunately, it was a round tie, but it's fine with me. A round tie is better than a round loss. Again, we're throwing the nade out here. You see it tracks to the left, so that's where we know we want to shoot. Unfortunately, no damage, so that means no energy from the actual Shinobu's Vow, but hey, lightning strike twice is still going to give us some energy. Smack these guys pretty good in the heads. We're going to look at him. We see a rift is placed. Our teammate gets a nice wither horde, takes some shots from a distance just so we can see if we can team shot. Unfortunately not, but that gives us a good opportunity to fly in once we see that pick. Our teammate gets a pick so we can easily fly in, and look how good it is when you can actually get that smack with the melee, the empower melee I should say. It just banks on both of those guys. Now here's a round where I actually went to the shrine side of the map. You can see I immediately smacked that guy's balls off of his forehead. Don't know why they are up there to begin with, but hey, I just gave him the old ball buster with those shots. If you don't have your nade up at the beginning of a round, I implore you to go and explore your options of the side lanes of the map. You don't always have to face off towards mid, and if you don't have your nade, I definitely would suggest going around towards shrine and just kind of checking out what you can do over there, because shrine is a very good open area of the map that you can do good things on. Throw my nade out there, immediately dodge, fly forward, and take out this guy. At this point, I thought there was no way we could lose this round because I just got 2 picks. All my teammates had to do was watch that first res and we won, but unfortunately, you can never count on your randoms because they went ahead, this guy dies, and I couldn't even show you in this clip because if I show you in that clip again and I had to watch it, I think I would probably go and throw myself into the Mercurian atmosphere and just burn up into a crisp because I could not watch them throw that again. No siree. You can see here I am playing the long con. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. I see that guy's gun outline right there, and I knew I need to get a better angle on him, so I run over to my left, slide in, take shots on him. Teammate easily dusts him with me, take shots on the second guy, and I do trade with him. That was a nice 1-for-1 trade. I leave it for a 1v1 for my teammate. He goes, he gets the res on my teammate, and this is something I want to show you guys, is how bad my teammates are. I'm sorry to sound like a dick if I say that, but I just mean the way that they just threw this round for no reason. How'd they throw this round? They didn't play together and they didn't get the res. Again, they tied, which is better than a loss, but all they had to do was go around, not get tunnel vision. Please don't get tunnel vision when you're in those situations there. Sure, you're in a 2v1, you have the advantage, but that 2v1 advantage means nothing if you don't use it. So if you're running at your enemy one at a time, even though it's a 2v1, you're just giving him 2 separate 1v1s, and when that enemy player is better than you, you just gave him a free round win, Go for your last teammate's res, and then go in and fight together is what I'm trying to say. Smoke bombs, we gotta love them. You can't blink very well when you are in a smoke bomb, so be careful of that. I was able to get out of there. My teammates both died. Throw in the arc grenade there. I can't even remember what it's called right now. Skip grenade. Thank you very much, brain. You got it eventually. Run past my teammate's res just because I knew I needed to gas pedal this first guy. Take him out. Okay, now I am in a 1v1. Unfortunately, he gets that off, so it's going to be a 1v2. I knew I had to stick that kill. If I didn't stick that kill, then I was not going to win the round. So I stuck it, throw in my Gathering Storm there, and absolutely blow that guy's bussy all the way to the Mars surface. And that's a very good thing to do. You got to be focusing on your supers there when you actually have them. Now you can see I face off with that guy to the death. By the time I was about to die to him, I knew my only real choice was to just stick the fight with him, take the trade, and then see what my teammates could do. Luckily they followed up very, very well. They take out a second guy. As soon as I saw he was getting rezzed, I just held down the fire button. That's all you gotta do. When you see the enemy's ghost is starting to glow, that means that he's getting rezzed. So just be ready to shoot him in the head, knock his head back to the stratosphere and take him out yet again. This guy's coming all around the map. I decided to throw my skip grenade out here because I know it's gonna track on him if it catches him, which it does. I get a little bit of energy back, and I saw he was just going towards cave, so I decided just to cut him off. I fall down, I'm getting ready, and he takes out my teammate, and I was like, I don't really want to challenge an SMG from here because I don't have any special, so I dodge backwards and just go back to watch these rezzes. This is what I'm saying, prioritization. I knew that I wasn't going to win in that range in that kind of engagement. You can see my teammate right now is playing like a silly little freak. He's for some reason jumping up in the midair. He's standing out completely in the open, and look, he's already low health because he's not playing smart. All he has to do is fall back to me, stand on these reses with me, and we can take team shots on this guy. But he keeps trying to be super aggro when all he needs to do is just play time, because this is going to spawn us a cap point here soon. I don't like playing cap points, but, I don't know. I just wanted to freaking fight this guy, and he was just running all over the map. It was 3-4 at this point, and I was like, dude, just come fight me. He got some good shots there. That's what I mean. He has an SMG. I shouldn't be fighting in that range, but I finally knew, hey, my teammate is finally gonna help me correctly. He went around, he uses SMG, he takes him out from the damage that I already done to him. Thank you so much, teammate. It's about dang time. Throw my spark nade or skip nade in there. You can see it dust him. Luckily, that was a really good Titan shield from my boy right there. It was a shoot through, and we were able to smack that first guy, and then they just let this guy rush, and he was running away from the last guy there and didn't even know that he was not behind him because he doesn't look at his radar. I was like, oh boy. But that Titan just has, the Arc Titan OP treatment right now because, boy, Arc Titans are not balanced right now. But hey, that's a subject for a different day. Now we're kind of sitting in mid here, just chilling. This guy is the Arc Titan that was just abusing everything under the world, under the sun. I smack him in cubby there. I blink forward so I can land on this guy, smack him in the head pretty good. Unfortunately, melee does not lock on. My teammate does pick up the kill though, and then they're just trying to get this last guy. I think my teammates, oh yeah, these guys were funny as heck. He hit that no scope there. I remember he went in chat and he was like, no scope, get the camera, mom, and I was like, you're a god. Those are some pretty funny teammates. We were just memeing in chat the entire time in those matches. That is the fun part about randoms, when you actually get those fun teams where you're just memeing in chat the entire time. I love to do that. Now you can see here, I see enemies all over my radar on the pings. I just gotta play these pings correctly, waiting for my nade to come back up so I can have these abilities, have my surplus at max benefit before I get into these fights. I'm looking around, and if I can get any kind of flank, I can, maybe take out an enemy here. I blink backwards. If I see my teammates are both running away from an area, I assume that area is not safe anymore. Good shots on this guy. He has a good dodge there. I throw in my nade to kind of chase him down. It doesn't really do much until a few seconds later, and it gets some ticks of damage, give me some energy back, and then I can't quite get a kill on him until I peek cubby here and was able to knock his head off of his shoulders, take my shotgun out. This guy thinks he's the greatest thing in the world to abuse this little Arc Titan, but unfortunately, I was able to take my shotgun pellets, put him straight between his eyes, and say, sorry, you're looking foggy, froggy, funky, fresh today, and I'm gonna split those eyeballs straight out of your head for you, bud. And come in here, smack this guy with some good little shotgun melee plays. He's flying all around me. I had to finally track back onto him, but I was able to do it. And I thought, hey, maybe if I got 2 picks there, it would be fun. You can see this is another match where me and my teammates are just memeing in chat the entire time. It was really funny. I was like, win. Unfortunately, they let the enemies get a res, and then he just got smacked by a glaive there. But it was pretty funny. That was my attempt to try to fight these guys and actually win. I thought if I just gas pedaled it would win, because playing back was not working so far, but, it happens. You can see here, there's just 1,000 nades chasing me. This is another overpowered thing about Arc Titans right now, is these stupid tracking nades. Those really need to stop being a thing because, wow, they're too much. There's a nice little nade play, though. We get a nade kill. That makes us amplified, so I can dash on this guy really quickly, smack this guy, smack his buddy too, reload that last piece of ammo. I know he's going to go for the res. I start hearing the noise, so then I smack him straight in the bust. My teammates come in. They're like, yo, Roger, nice job. I'm like, thank you, boys, thank you. Hold the applause until we win the entire game. And then we lost. Watching heavy ammo here. Of course, if you see heavy ammo is spawning in that round, make sure you are actually watching it. I go to grab it for myself. This would be a nice sword play for you guys. You see I dodge, so I'm in safety, and then I watch my radar, and I see this guy's right in front of me, but unfortunately, he just kind of ran away, which is fine, run away if you want to. I was going to slice your pussy up like a nice PB&J, so it was pretty smart for you to run away anyways, but I'm going to throw a nice spark grenade in here. Jeez, skip grenade. I don't know why I keep doing that. Skip grenade. I throw it in there, it tracks onto him. We get him smacked up. He has to run back. Some nice blinks will distract him enough so I can slide in with the shotgun and take him out. Blink towards mid here. We throw in the skip grenade. I do know that. That's what I'm saying. That's the perfect combo right there. When you get the skip grenade, there's an ionic trace. I get my abilities back really, really quickly. Fly in with the shotgun. Map this guy pretty well with a nice shotgun and melee combo. Takes him out. And there we go. That's the best case scenario. almost best case scenario. You know, I take out 2 of them, and look at that. That's Peregrine versus Peregrine right there. All those guys did was press one freaking button, and it just one-shots. Please remove Peregrines. Why did you, Bungie? You went all the way out of your way to say that you want to balance. Oh, hey, look at my grenade energy right now. Combat meditation is going. This is my fragment going off right now. Spark of recharge. Look, I'm critically wounded again. Look at my grenade energy. And we have a grenade back. 3, 2, 1. Grenade energy is fully recharged. I just procced my spark of recharge twice because I got to critical health twice in a row there. So we got that 400% grenade recharge base ability going off. That's what I'm saying when you can use that in combination with your dodge on Hunter. It's so good. And that was the clip I wanted to show you guys. Back to my complaining. You guys said, Bungie, we want to make it to where there's not as many one-shot abilities. Okay, people hate one-shot abilities. You know, we all hate them. And then you guys actually changed it to where there wasn't one-shot shoulder charges anymore. And then you were like, here's Peregrine Greaves. Why? Why does that exotic exist? Why did Peregrine Greaves exist? It's completely counterintuitive to the entire meta sandbox changes you were trying to implement into the game. If that's exactly where you wanted to go, was away from one-shot abilities being a thing, then actually do that. You know, don't make this BS because I hate it. I feel like a toaster strudel that was just removed out of the package, went all the way into the toaster, actually came out, popped up, you know, your little brother went in to find the icing packets, but Big Steve, Uncle Steve, came into the house and he sucked up all the icing packets, so now little Steven doesn't get any freaking icing on his toaster strudel. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm dredging up my own past experiences. We're going to blink onto this guy, smack him with a shotgun. Immediately looking around at our radar, we see our teammate is down. We need to either cover this res or cover the enemy res. I do both at the same time by killing the enemy that's going for his res and getting my teammate resed. Now, somehow this guy is just like not getting hit by my melee, so I threw out my nade there. Didn't need to do that, but hey, it is what it is. You smack him in the bush either way, take that nice little round win. Coming in mid here, don't have my nade up yet, but a nice snipe for my teammate takes out the first one, and I'm just holding in range because we know we want to watch that res. I decided to get on that res very, very aggressively. It works out well for me. I was able to take this guy out. I'm amplified immediately, which means I'm really, really fast. So I fly up on the second guy, do the same thing, shotgun melee combo to him, and take him out. This is our last play for the day. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed and you want to leave me a like on the video, it really, really does help. It tells YouTube, hey, I'm enjoying this content. Maybe some other people will enjoy this content as well. And I think they would. You know, if you enjoyed it, then maybe I'll come into your room tonight when you're sleeping and give you a little... Maybe I'll pat you on the head, you know? Maybe I'll make you a nice hot cup of warm milk before you go to bed and pat you on the shoulder, say, have a nice night's sleep, slugger, and tuck you in, you know? Really anything you want involving me and you in your bedroom, you know? You better be of legal age or else you need to click off the video right now. This is premium content. It's not on my OnlyFans. I mean, I don't have enough. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And you can watch this round go down as I die and then my teammates die and then we lose because of a thunder crash. So yeah, I love Destiny. Thanks for watching and I will see you guys later. Have a great day, Guardians.